Good morning, everybody. We are here for 2020's Creative Women Minicon. It is a staple here at Empires Comics, and due to the state of the world, we of course can't have all the ladies down here in the shop, but today is all about letting you know all about these 10 fantastic women, how you can get their art, where you can find it online, and most importantly, to link to all of them, go to empirescomics.com/live. It will have links to all of the women and everything that they do, as well as their shop. So let's not waste any time here. Let's jump right in, because you're not here to listen to me talk. We're here to meet the women. So first up today is Jen Monson, who you guys will know from Creative Women, Free Comic Book Day, our holiday con, so many things. And she has her hands in so many things. So welcome, Jen. How you doing this morning?
I am doing awesome.
I like the setup. I'm glad you joined us. I'm glad you got up early. You're the first one in. So Jen, first off, just tell everybody a little bit about you and what you do.
I am an artist. I do lots and lots of different things. More about me. I've been doing art since I could hold a pencil. And I'm like constantly trying to learn new things. I like challenges to expand my art knowledge and figure out what else I can do.
And you really do, because I've seen you do everything from pencils to watercolors to actual crafting. I mean, you're working, we'll talk about that in a second. You're working on a children's book right now, but yes. What got you really started? You've always been an artist, but what made you say, this is what I want to do for a living?
Well, for one, to do it for a living was so that I would not have to go to an actual job anymore. But funny thing is I think, I always just drew or painted, but when I started working at Michael's in my early 20s, I was put in charge of their classrooms. And so with doing that, I suddenly got to start learning how to do crafts and realized I really like doing this. And also the fashion design school I went to for college, I got to learn how to make stuff with foam and really work with my hands. And I realized that is so much fun. And so it's like, that's what I want to do.
Okay, so and it's funny that you say that, because you talked about you were just an artist, then you worked with foam, and you do work with many things. And what amazes me about you is that you jump around a lot, and I see artists do that, and they can never really perfect what they do, but you seem to actually do well with all of it.
I'm a fast learner, so I learn the craft really, really fast, so that I can't, short attention span, I can then move on to the next thing fast as I can.
And we've got something of you here permanently at Empires. If any of you have not explored, and I do say explored the bathroom, you should, because it is painted like you're under the pond, and there's koi everywhere by Jen. When we talked to you about doing that, did you jump immediately to koi, or did you roll different ideas around?
Oh no, I knew it was going to be koi. That was just because at the time, koi is what I was working with, especially with the resin ponds I do. So I knew that I had to do something that people could look at and think of me, and it's something I was comfortable with painting at the time.
Okay, and we do get a lot of comments about it. It's great. People, especially newcomers who come in, they'll be coming. Do you have a bathroom I can use? And then they'll come out and go, "Wow, that was not your typical." So thank you very much for that. We do appreciate you livening that up for us. So right now, you talked about the koi ponds. Do you have one you can show us by any chance? Because these have been a great seller at a lot of our events that you've been to. And how do those work? It's resin. It's layers of resin, right?
Oop, gotta find out where the camera is. Yes, it's layers of resin. A good one to actually show kind of that is this little teacup. You can see that so some of the fish are down below and some are up above. I'll put a layer of resin, paint directly on that resin, put another layer of resin, paint directly on that, and so that I can create, you can see, there's the camera, that depth in there. And this is something I have on my webpage for sale.
Which is what, by the way? Okay, of course, everyone, a reminder, go to empirescomics.com/live to get the links to everyone. But where can they find you?
You can go to genuineart.com. So
Which
as you
is
can
right here.
see, yeah, just add the .com to Genuine Art. And you'll find my pawns on there, as well as a bunch of other things.
Sweet. And one of the things that has been really successful for you lately is which we see on the side, pet art.
And you can see there's Dylan.
And Dylan, Dylan and Rolly were your first.
Yes, Dylan and Rolly were the first ones that I painted.
And look how stupid Dylan looks.
But this is one I'm currently working on. I'm probably about a day or two from being finished with it. And I'm allowed to show this because the commissions I'm doing right now are pretty much all Christmas gifts, and I can't show them.
And that's fair. That is fair. Now
but this one I got the okay.
Do people have options of sizes, or is that your standard?
I have sizes 8x10, 11x14. So Dylan is 8x10. The cat is 11x14. 11x14 is the most popular size, which is good because I'm able to really, because I can make it bigger. I can work on details more. And I have people just send me a bunch of pictures. Sometimes the pictures I'm working from are kind of fuzzy, so I have to fake it or just go off of past knowledge in order to make it look crisp. And
and I mean, and they look great, and they've been very successful for you. So that's
yes,
awesome. And I see one thing we were talking about prior to getting in here, the one directly above Jen, that beautiful blue with the koi. You are entering a contest for, was it Rancho Cordova?
Yes, Rancho Cordova.
Tell us about that.
Rancho Cordova, they're doing a contest right now to do art wraps for some of their SMUD boxes and some of their electrical boxes on corners of streets there in Rancho Cordova. And so there you can send in submissions for that. And so that, and then also this one here is one that blocking myself, but that I'm working on doing watercolors for as my art to go on that art wrap. And I hope I make it, and that my art gets chosen, because I think that'd be a really neat thing for people as they're driving past a big SMUD box or something. They can see that.
I think they should just can the competition and turn every SMUD box into a bunch of koi ponds. Make people happy. That would be absolutely fantastic. So again, speaking of all the things you have your hands in, I mean, God, Jen has actually done, I mean, this was prior to the pandemic, obviously. You did live, you taught art down here for paint nights at Empires, which was a lot of fun. And the biggest shout out to Kenny and Kendra, because they didn't miss a single night when you were doing it.
I missed like one night.
But what you should know is that I have seen their house. All of that art that they did with you is on the walls. It's beautiful. Awesome. It's really, really cool. So we saved the best for last, though. You are working right now on a children's book, which is brand new to you.
I have never worked on a children's book before, and especially art like this, trying to do art that's totally out of my comfort zone. So I'm really having to study different things in order to figure out how to draw them more kid-like. I usually like to draw things as real as I can.
And this one is for little kids. We won't give much away because it's going to be all revealed. I believe you can go to ronniedonnie.com to find a lot of the stuff. And here's some pieces of it. Here's
some sample of some of my art studies that I've been doing, so that can get your curiosity up. I mean, what do all these things,
the variety,
comment?
You've shown me some stuff, and it's just so many different things that are going to be in one children's book. I'm really excited to see it. And it's Ronnie with an IE, Donnie with an IE.com. check them out, follow them on all the different social media so that you can find out what Jen is doing there.
I'm also posting updates on my social medias.
Perfect.
Of that.
That is awesome. So right now, Jen, before we move on to the next guest, what is it you're going to be working on today? Because you don't stop working.
Today, I am going to stop working.
Oh.
I'll probably work on more sketches for that children's book so that I can keep going on that. But I am so behind on reading right now, and I'm just itching to read. So, I got to do some reading.
That'll be it. And one more thing that Jen did is she actually worked with me. It's not really worked. We did one panel. She did all the work. But the Sacramento News and Review had a contest to enter to find things about Sacramento, and you had to do a cartoon about it. And ours was in the paper. It was great.
And you guys request that Ben put that art on his wall.
Yes, I should put that art on my wall. Is there an original? I never even asked.
No, because I did it digitally.
That's what I thought. I'll just, you know what? I'll bring the News and Review in and put it up there. Frame it, put it up. Thank you very much for joining us, Jen Monson. It is always a pleasure. I will, of course, see you in the shop to give Rolly and Dylan some love.
Oh, yeah.
And you guys check her out. Go to her website. Buy some stuff. That's what this is all about. Christmas is coming. You would have been here anyways picking stuff up. So go. Thank you, Jen.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right. So we've got more coming up. We'll take one quick stop to get the next person in, and we'll be right back. Or you can just stare at me, whichever's easier. There we go. We're back, and we have got our next guest, Bianca. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Hey, Ben.
Good. Yeah, you're pretty much a staple at Creative Women for the most part down here, which is great.
Yeah.
So, tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
I am an artist who went to fashion school at the community college here in town, and I learned how to kind of understand business and learned how to design and make clothes, and then have since morphed it into various things every show.
And it really does morph. And you're right here locally as well. You're out in Stockton.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
our neighbor right around the corner. But speaking of the morphing, it does. Every time you show up for a show, there's new things. And in fact, this year when you were sending me some samples of your new stuff, I was like, I've never even seen this. You just keep trying new things.
It's I'll be really excited if I ever find something that I'm just like super stuck in, but I can't quit. Very similar to Jen, where it just all excites me.
And you make a variety of things. You make, I've seen you have had earrings, you've had buttons, what are these crystals?
Yeah.
I've been waiting to talk about these.
I got really into resin and wanting to kind of explore it as a medium because it's got a lot of applications. Like you can make it into jewelry, you can layer it like Jen does with painting and giving it depth, and then I also like kind of the sculptural element of it. And so I took a crystal that I got from my cousin, made a mold out of silicone, and then poured them into these crystals. And so this clear one, it glows in the dark. And so you can see it on my Instagram page, what that looks like. And then like this one, you get to play with pigments, and I don't know, they're just really fun. Yeah.
No, they look neat. So was there any inspiration for that, or was it just what do I do with resin and this is it?
Kind of what do I do with resin? I like the loss of control that happens with it. It feels like a like chemistry experiment because I don't know what's going to happen, and especially with these resin trays, the same type of thing happens where you just kind of go for it and magic happens.
So those are coffins.
Yes.
Was that, wait, put that one back up.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's awesome. That is really cool. Is there a reason you chose the coffin?
Well, for spookiness, because it's going to be Halloween.
Halloween now.
Yeah.
Now, so real quick, where can they find you online to be able to look at this kind of stuff?
You can check out some of it on Instagram. This is my handle on there. But everything that's available for sale is at freshbiscuits.squarespace.com.
Okay, see, that's easy. And as you can see in the background there, use that hashtag when you purchase the CWMC20, and you can save 30% off Bianca's stuff. And if you order, you can save on shipping because she will drop it off in the shop for you next weekend. So you have no excuses, especially if you're right here in Sacramento. Just go take a peek at her stuff. So now you mentioned you went to school. Did you say for fashion?
Yeah. There's the community college here, San Joaquin Delta College. They have like elective classes that you can take to learn about fashion marketing or design. And so I went the design route, but you have to take both. I don't know. It was super fun.
Now, do you do clothes as well at all? I don't think I've ever seen you.
I do. A few of my posts recently, the pandemic has been oddly wonderful for keeping me at home because clothes take so much time to make. And that's kind of why I went more into crafts, because I can kind of get my creative fix a little bit faster because I do work a full-time job. So when, clothing takes a lot of time because you think about it and then you draft it and then you make a fake and then you make a real one. So.
Okay. Whereas if you're hammering out earrings or something, you can the result is immediate. You have something to sell. And that was a good point to bring up that I don't think a lot of people think of. Most of the people we're talking to today, and most of the people that you will see at our conventions or in the conventions you even go to, they're doing this on their spare time. This is not a full-time job. It's supplementing, and ultimately it's getting their passion out, because this is something that you guys love. It's something that you want to do. So the resin crystals are your passion right now. Are you making anything else besides those in the coffins?
I'm making fabric masks and a bunch of keychains, and I do have some necklaces and a bunch of stickers.
Do you have any of your jewelry there that we can take a peek at?
Yeah. Both of these necklaces, they're also made out of resin.
Oh, they're keyholes. That's amazing.
And then...
Do you have a key to go with them?
No, not yet.
You should make keys. Then I can give Jen the key, and I can wear the lock.
I'll do that. And then I also made these talisman thingies where they have raw crystals on the inside.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yep. So you definitely have your hands in everything. Now, obviously, we're not doing much at the moment because of the pandemic, but did you do many cons or art shows or things like that?
I was kind of getting the ball rolling. I do a lot of stuff in the Bay Area with some Oakland groups, and your show, obviously, in town, they had the stock market, and so I would try to do that at least once a year.
I like that, the stock market. That is really cool. Is that a monthly event?
It was, and then it went quarterly. And they tried to do a virtual store for local pickup, and that was interesting to be a part of. And it's just kind of different to make something physical. It just doesn't translate the same way online, and so it takes like a whole different set of skills. So that's been a learning curve for me.
And it does. I mean, this has been hard on all of you artists, because when you have a table, when you can display it, because your display is beautiful, you have different levels, you've got all kinds of things to put your stuff in. When you can display it and you can make yourself stand out, you can talk to people. It's an entirely different ball game. And unfortunately, things have changed. So that's why I'm glad to have you on. So hopefully we can have some people head over, use that code, and load up on Bianca's stuff, because at 30% off, why would you not? Now, do you do traditional drawing as well? I don't know that I've seen that.
I kind of dabble. A lot of my stickers, and I have a print up right now, but I do illustration, and then I've gotten a tablet, so I do some digital stuff as well. So here are some of the stickers of illustrations I've done. And then also for Halloween, I did zero.
Zero, that's perfect.
I've got like a whole zero pack.
Are you a big Nightmare Before Christmas fan?
Definitely.
Okay.
It was the one I grew up on.
I like the hearts, the heart stickers. You should push those around Valentine's Day.
Yeah, and a lot of people, so many people tell me amazing stories when I'm tabling about my hearts, and they connect with a lot of people who have had heart surgery, or like somebody's dad or somebody's parent. They'll buy it for them.
Nice. So yes, please check them out. Check it out. It's freshbiscuit.squarespace. Was that it?
Yes, freshbiscuits.squarespace.com.
Perfect. Check it out. Go over, load up for the holidays. She's got a variety of things, so you can get a bunch of little things for everyone you love, and use that hashtag. I need zero.
Yay!
The Nightmare Before Christmas stuff is huge. Like the comics here and everything, they're immediate, and it's all ages. It's little kids who have just seen it to adults who just absolutely love it. Aww. So thank you very much, Bianca. Great to have you on. When this is all over, of course, we'll get you back in the shop. Yeah. So everybody, just give us 1 second, and we'll be back. Oh, wait. What do we got?
I wanted to say.
Sorry. Yes. Go ahead. Tell us about this.
I wanted to say congratulations to Brandon Leake, because he won America's Got Talent, and he's from Stockton.
That is awesome. And you won it for what?
For spoken word poetry.
That is great, right here in our neighborhood. Stockton's like an extension of Sacramento. I mean, we're all the same. We're all right here. Congratulations, Brandon. That is fantastic. Representing Stockton and showing them how it's done. There is actually a big creative community in Stockton. A bunch of the people that I know, artists and writers that have come to some of our events, have come from Stockton. So definitely check them out, and if you're out there in Stockton, touch bases with your local community, see what they have to offer, and Bianca's a great place to start.
Thanks.
We'll be right back. All right, we're back with our next guest. We have got Tabitha Jensen here. You guys, we just talked to her. We have some exciting stuff to talk about because there was a Kickstarter that just happened. All right, and Tabitha, it says to enable virtual camera output, start broadcast. I can't hear you, but we'll hold on a second here. So just to tell you a little bit about Tabitha, oh, there we go. She's on. Oh, so Tabitha has got a number of things, including an art group that you guys can join. It's an exchange art group where you guys draw and send off cards. There was a Kickstarter that just happened. I got an art book on the wall. There's just a ton of stuff. You probably saw her up here on our gallery. So we'll find out more about her and what she is doing in just a second. So remember, hey, what's up, Tabitha?
I had to steal it back and it gets me and I always have trouble getting it back working again.
Nope, no worries. This is our first time doing anything like this, so this is great. It's not even a big deal. I'm glad that you're here. Let's jump right in and talk about that Kickstarter.
Oh, yes. So I finished a Kickstarter a few weeks ago. Well, it's not completely finished, but the time to back finished a few weeks ago, and it was for washi tapes and enamel pins and stickers, so I try first time at making washi tapes because I love them and I use them on a daily basis. So I wanted to make a bunch of my own, and it did really, really well. I was so amazed at how well it did, and I was able to make 20 different designs of washi tapes and like 8 different enamel pins and a bunch of new stickers. So those are all going to be shipped out to backers in mid-October because they're in production right now. They're being made, and yeah, I'm really excited. So you can also see I put a very, very few listings of them in my Etsy shop. So for pre-order at a lower price than what I'll probably list them out later. So yeah, if anybody was really interested, I only bought a certain amount so I could fulfill my Kickstarter with just enough to also, sell some and hopefully send some off to a little craft washi tape shop in Texas that's gonna carry some of my tapes, which I'm super excited about.
So you were the one who actually told me about this. Do you have an example, and can you tell people what washi tape is?
Oh, yes. So washi tape is, I'm sure all of you have been to any craft store like Michael's or Hobby Lobby. And if you go into like the envelope section or the paper crafting section, you'll see little tapes, little decorative tapes, rolls of tapes. So it's actually like a little bit weaker version of masking tape. So it doesn't, or the painter's tape that you put on a wall. So it doesn't have that strong of a stick that it's going to rip something when you tear it off. So it's reusable. So a lot of people like to use it for packaging or their planners or journals, anything like that. I've seen people put it on their cell phones, on their walls, on their everything. There's all kinds of fun little things you can do with it. So I personally use it on a daily basis for my pen paling and art mail. And I use it to tape down my watercolor papers and arts because it has such a nice, easy release that it doesn't.
It sticks well, but release is easy, huh?
Yes, yeah. So, and you can get it, like I said, you can get it at Michael's. It's just decorative. So mine are going to look like little postage stamps. I have like 13 little rolls or 8 rolls that look like postage stamps and actually are perforated and look just like postage stamps. And then a bunch that aren't perforated that are just regular repeating design patterns. So the postage stamps have like 10 repeating patterns throughout the whole roll. And it's really long. It's like 5 meters and 10 meters long worth of roll tape.
And I do want to say, ignore what she said. Do not go to Michael's. Go to
Michael's
and get her washi tape instead, or find another local or another creative online who does it, because I'm sure you can find a bunch of this on Etsy as well.
Yes, you can find all kinds of artist-made washi tapes on Etsy, and they're actually a really new popular item at artist alleys and stuff at conventions for artists to do. And of course, you're going to pay more when you're buying it from an artist because it costs us a bunch more to make it than it does if you were to buy the stuff that's mass produced at Michael's. So,
and there's another good thing to talk about since we're talking about not going to Michael's. You guys all have to consider when you look at things like this, when you consider buying something from a local, from somebody who is online, who's done it themselves. These are things that are going to cost them more. That's going to be time consuming, and it is well worth your money to spend a little bit more on them to help support them rather than a giant corporation. I just had to get that out there. So please check them out. Where can they find you online?
Oh, you can find me at pabkins.com, and then right when you get there, it'll have all the links to my shops and social media. So I have an Etsy shop, with Pabkins. It's called Pabkins, so it's easy to find, or you can just go to pabkins.com and it'll jump you right over there.
Perfect. And just to answer a question, there is definitely a way. If there's stuff on the art wall, we post pictures of it. If there's something you're interested in, you can call me, you can message me, you can definitely purchase it if you can't make it down to the shop. So keep that in mind. And Tabitha's up there right now with some stuff. So, and actually a few of them have sold. We those ones that went out, we sold more. So perfect. So thank you to everybody who has supported the local art wall, and consider that too while you're in, while we're talking about it. That art wall is all locals. It's always locals. And by purchasing something up there and putting something beautiful in your house, you are also supporting them. So you again, you have your hands in a lot of stuff too. You got the washi tape. You do paintings.
Oh yes, I love watercolor. It's my love.
And so the ones that you do prints of, those are all initially watercolor.
Yes. Yeah. So I love painting fantasy and whimsical creatures and beautiful little scenes, and I paint on a really small scale. So the size of my work is typically, oh goodness, really, really small. It's about the size, that's how big it is, the size of like a little Pokemon card, trading card size. So I am working on painting bigger. In fact, I'm working on a piece that I'm going to submit for the Rancho Cordova utility wrap box contest.
Oh, Jen was just talking about that.
Yeah, Jen also submitted already. So I'm hoping, since I live here in Rancho Cordova, I'm hoping that it would be really great if my art's chosen. One of the paintings that's hanging on your wall is the style that I want to do it in. So it's watercolor, and then I'm going to put like this oil painting digital overlay effect over it, so it looks like an oil painting also. So I'm, it's kind of nerve-wracking for me because I'm used to painting so small. So painting anything that's bigger than a business card.
The fact that you can do that on a business card is amazing to me. Most people prefer bigger because they have more room.
The brushes are super tiny.
Yes, they are. Good God. Okay. Again, talking to artists, most people prefer bigger just because they have more room to play. But the fact that you can do it on that size is amazing to me. Yeah.
Well, a lot of people I've noticed, I've always collected art. They don't always hang their art. So sometimes when I go to shows, I'll bring some of my originals and I'll frame them in a little frame. And usually those go really quick. And a lot of people buy my cards because they're easily stored in trading card albums. So it's a nice, fun way to collect art that you don't have to worry about hanging up if you don't want to. Or if you do, you can just get a tiny little frame and sit it on your desk at work, or, put it with a sticky Velcro thing onto the wall, and boom, there you go.
So you sell all the originals then?
Yes, all my originals, they pretty much go out the door really fast.
That's good because it's bad.
They're so little that I can keep the price. Lower, and I'm part of a really big global artist trading card community group. So it's really nice. So usually there's a demand. People want them. And
do you do commissions on those?
Yes, I do. Usually I do artist choice commissions for a lower price, where they just, if they really like my art, then I just kind of keep in mind what they like and just create something, or basically I just create whatever I want and they'll like it, or they can ask for something, a specific theme, and then they pay like, a little bit more, like $10 more, because I have I have performance anxiety.
And I've found with artists too, it makes sense that you would charge a little less if you got to be creative, because you're
If I do what I want, then great. If you want it very specific, then the stress kicks in, and then I usually end up drawing like several times more than I would normally. But even when I do something that's artist choice, I still usually make a few, and I'm like, here, which one do you like more? Pick one, you know? So then that usually works out. I am trying to get away from commissions more and focus on bigger things and things that can take up a little bit less of my time, because it's, you know, it's been really hard to create this year. I've had, you know, I think a lot of artists have had a little bit of a block. I've been doing other things to try and, you know, be creative and productive, but it's been harder to paint and produce finished pieces.
Now, speaking of the pieces, the ones we have on the wall, they all seem to fit into a little world. Is there something you have in mind for that? Is it, or is it?
Yeah. The little spirits. I picture them as like little nature spirits, you know, living everywhere, causing mischief. I love creatures. I do love character art, you know, of humanoids, but I love little creatures, and I always imagine, you know, like if you're going about your day, like, you know, little guys, I always loved little things when I was growing up, and like the Borrowers and, you know, Arietti from Studio Ghibli and all the little creatures. And so most of my creatures, when I design them, I think, oh, they're probably about this big, just about as big as the cards I draw them on.
So they're life size is what you're saying.
Yeah. So that's the new series that has like been obsessing me lately, has been those little spirits, and a lot of animals, merging them with fantasy creatures. So I've been trying to get better at my referencing of real life things. So taking real animals like an ermine or a dragonfly or a lizard or these things, and like merging them together and referencing them and making them into like a nice creature. And so I've been having a lot of fun with that, and I'm trying to dig more into fine art, watercoloring, and, you know, and I still love the full-on illustration where it's like more cartoony and kawaii, but I want to be able to branch out and, you know, get into make it to where someone looks at it and they're like, oh, that's beautiful, and still be able to look at something else of mine and say, oh, that's so cute. You know, I want to be able to hit both.
A little variety. That's great. Oh yes, and you can see across the bottom of the screen, if you use the discount, you spend $35 or more, you get a Apocalypse unicorn pin. What is this?
So for any of my locals, if you, well, the Etsy shop is free shipping for $35 and over, no matter what. But if you use the CWMC20 code, no matter what you spend, you know, less than that, it'll still be free shipping, but I'll drop it off at the shop for you. So it'll be dropped off at the shop. But if you do spend $35, then I'll give you, you know, a free, it's a hard enamel, you know, Halloween's coming up, so it's a spooky Apocalypse unicorn with some skulls on it, and it's about 1.7 or almost 2 inches, so it's pretty big.
Pretty good size. And there's also an art book that we have up here that you put together with a bunch of people from your art community that we have on the wall. Yes.
So the art community that I run for the past 4 years, ATC It Up with Friends, we're a global art community, and so many amazing people. Like literally, I wouldn't still be drawing if it weren't for this supportive, amazing community. I love these people. They're not just other artists me that are spread around the world. They're my friends and family. Like I talk to them, and some of them every day. I video chat with them all the time. So we've been doing this for years, and they all make the small art as well. And each month we have a different theme, and it's something to challenge us, to break us outside of the box, to try and improve our skills and stuff. So they all mail the art in, and I swap it around and then mail it back out every month. So we started about 2 years ago an idea that we were like, wouldn't it be nice if we could all have all of the cards? And so I decided to make it into art book. Everybody agreed, and we put them into you know, these really awesome art books sorry. I know
So
so
that's not the one I have. You have a new one that you haven't brought.
Yes. I have to give you this one. This is volume
All right.
2, and volume 3 launches next month. So it is spooky themed, and it's going to be practically twice as big as this one, so 200 pages probably. And everybody loves Halloween and spooky stuff, and it's going to have a lot of fabulous spooky art. You can also, the higher tiers, you can also buy it with a mystery original art card from some amazing artists that I commissioned to make original cards just so we could sell them along with the books during the Kickstarter. And we did that last time too, and folks loved it. So you can get one of the original cards that's in the back of the book, and they're collector's highlights. So there's like the cream of the crop collector's highlights, something that you really want. It's awesome.
Okay, that's awesome. Well, the volume 1 on the shelf. Tabitha, bring us volume 2. Thank you for coming down and joining us. Go check her out. Use the code to get the pin. And obviously, every lady will be listed at empirescomics.com/live. Wait, that's the wrong spot. Yes, /live is where you can see it. Go to the website, you'll find it. Tabitha, thank you for joining us. And everybody go support her, and we'll be right back.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Yeah, it's the first time. We're figuring this out. Oh, all right. We are here again, and we have a new guest, somebody who's never been to a Creative Women and is jumping in a strange year. But I have been saying empirescomics.com/live, but you're clearly watching it at this point. Go to the website. Ronnie, if you can post some links to the actual exhibitor list, and go to the blog, and there is a link to Creative Women with an exhibitors list where you can find all of the ladies and links to their shop. It's really easy to get to, and that way you've got everyone in one spot. But we have a new guest. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Creative Women. How are you doing, Jessica?
I'm doing pretty good. How you doing, Ben?
I am doing great. Thank you for joining us. This is awesome. I love meeting new people. I wish I could see you in the shop and see the setup, but that background is awesome. Now, you're here in Sacramento, correct?
Yes. I've lived in Sacramento for like 18 years now.
Okay. So Sacramento's the home. Yes, this is it. Now, you were actually turned on to the event by a friend of mine, Jesse Jones, I believe.
Yes, yeah. Jesse is amazing. I love him so much.
Well, let's keep it down. He's all right.
Never.
Never, Ben. Oh, all right, fine. He's great. Tell us just a little bit about you and the artistic side of you.
Okay, cool. So I've been doing artwork for a really long time. I actually have a degree in graphic design and a couple AAs in fine art. I work as a professional graphic designer, and when everything started happening this year, I started getting back into doing illustrative art and just more traditional arts. Before then, I used to do a bunch. I used to sell at anime conventions, things like that. But yeah, that's why I started doing art. I'm really into doing digital right now, but I have done like a fair amount of acrylics and watercolor and Copic, like marker art too.
So is this something you've always just been a natural at, or is it something that you work towards?
Oh, heavens no. I was never a natural at this. I still remember a time when I was like a kid and I tried to put stuff in for like a Christmas poster contest, and my parents like had a talk that they thought I couldn't hear about, where they discussed like, oh, she's really not that good. Maybe we should push her towards something else. Yeah, so I haven't always been that good. I've just like doodled and sketched, and then I'll go through like giant moments where I'm just doing study after study of like charcoals or figures or life drawings, and then I pull back and then come back and forth. So
you have quite a different variety of things that you do then. Like Yes, because I am indecisive, Ben. 100% indecisive. you don't know. Well, which one do you prefer doing the most? What are you most excited about at this moment?
Right now, it's definitely digital art. I'm using Procreate, and then what I'm doing is I'm also using Procreate, but streaming it live on Twitch, which I am getting so much fun out of. Like being able to draw live and then having friends, or just sometimes it's just random people like pop in and like give suggestions, or they'll start saying things in the chat and I'll just like go off and start drawing comics like real time for them. So
okay, and the name we have below you is where they can find you on Twitch as well?
That is my Instagram, but you can find me on Twitch.
Oh, already ready. Look at
that. And check this out. Just about every stream will always have a social justice kite that gives good advice.
And put it up one more time, move it over a little because the end was cut off. There we go. Now everybody can see it. Take a screenshot. That's where you're going to want to follow. How often do you do the Twitch?
Right now, I'm still finalizing my schedule. I've done about 6 streams, but I am gearing towards a Sunday, Tuesday, and a Wednesday stream at least.
And that is quite a lot. That is
yeah. Well, pandemic.
Yes, and Paul made me laugh. He says she seems pretty confident about her indecision, which you definitely were. Yes.
You got to be confident about something once in a while, right?
And you said you do graphic design for a living.
Yes, I do. I have been a graphic designer professionally. Oh, geez. Oh, if I say, people are going to think I'm really old.
Don't say it.
I'm not going to say it. I've been doing it for a while. I've been doing like primarily like screen printing design since 2010.
Okay.
Which is a completely different beast than like if anybody's ever like printed things on paper. Completely different to do things screen printing. There's a lot more stuff you have to know, but it's all industry stuff, so you don't learn it in school. You got to learn it from someone. If you ever need something screen printed and you've got artwork and you don't know what you need for your separations, call this gal right here. I'm in a spinach here, Ben. I'm sorry. It's just too much fun.
I completely understand. They are nice, and you got to be comfortable. You know, you got to have fun. So, what do we have behind you here? You've got a little display.
Yes, so this is some of the artwork I have that is digital artwork that I've done. I'm starting this new series of like looking at Alice in Wonderland, but like doing just a weird, funky, psychedelic switch out of it. So like this is one of the digital paintings that I've done.
Nice.
Not like that. I really like color. I like color a lot, especially with digital, because you don't have to worry about like, oh no, I'm out of this paint, or oh no, this marker is dried up. That doesn't happen with digital because the only thing you're worried about is like battery life. It's like, here's another one.
Now, what's the story behind that? Oh, it's just, I see Alice in there. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. This is all Alice in a mask. Why
not? Pandemic.
Yeah. That's what I keep saying every
I got
time.
it got to Wonderland too.
Yeah, well, it spread. Like you don't know what happens when you take that mask off. You might be covered in all the color. Oh,
that is
the color
true.
Seeping everywhere. Yeah.
So what got you? Go for it. So yeah, what were you going to show us there? Because those you said you like color, but those look like black and white.
Yes, yes. I participate in Inktober, and it's
Oh,
coming
it's
up,
about to
and so
start.
I'm really excited. So this is actually an original piece that I did for Inktober last year, where I just really got into it. And this is another character that I draw once in a while. She's like a seer, but I don't know if you can see her.
Oh, nice.
So
That was one of your Inktober days?
Yeah, yeah.
That's a little above and beyond. You're making everybody else look bad.
I'm not trying to, Ben. I'm sorry. I don't mean to make anybody look bad. But yeah, so I'll be doing Inktober again this year. I'm going to be doing it on my Twitch as well. I'm going to set up like a camera so people can actually watch it. I'm going to try and do that one every day. It's Inktober, so it's a marathon, you know.
It is. That will be actually kind of fun if you can do it every day. I mean, even if it's just a half hour, just something to show people what you're working on, because it's coming really quick. That's next Thursday.
It is. I've already got my prompts. I'm picking up my sketchbook hopefully this weekend so I can start testing on the papers, because I'll be doing traditional ink on that. I won't be doing digital. So yeah.
Okay. And I mean, that's fun. It is fun. And, honestly, I mean, I understand that it's so much easier to do digital, but there's something about having that original, something that's so unique.
Yeah, and there's something about when you are doing traditional art, particularly with ink, the way that it will mix and seep into the paper, and the texture that you get once the ink is like dried, and like certain inks will have a shine, certain inks will like seep into the paper, and it's just like you just want to touch it. Like you just want to touch the paper and the illustration, and it's so satisfying that you don't get that with digital art at all.
No, but I'm just a traditionalist too. Plus, I like to have original art because then I can put it up on the wall, the whole thing. So good. I'm glad you're doing a little bit of both, and thank you to everybody who from the different social media who have started following you on Twitch that they just said. So that's great. Now, outside of Twitch, do you have somewhere where they can purchase stuff from you, where they can commission you? Do you do anything like that right now?
Yes, I do. I do have a Redbubble up, and you can find me on Redbubble at the Jess, TheJes, 1S. I have some prints up there, but if you go to my Instagram account right now, and I think Ronnie put it up, he did, because he's awesome. Thank you, Ronnie. Hello Collection. You'll see that I've got a story and I've got an Instagram post where you can see my pricing. It's specialty pricing for the Creative Women's Minicon, where I'm selling prints of just about anything that you can see on my Instagram, and also stickers. And they'll be at like a discounted rate, so it'll be cheaper to get them that way than going through Redbubble.
Do it now. Load up. Holidays are coming.
Yeah.
You got to start shopping now. You're not going to have the typical events where you can do all of this stuff. No, so that is awesome. Do you happen to have any of the stickers or anything that you can show us right now, or should we just go to your website?
Go to the website. Go to the website and check it out.
We will go there. That is awesome. Now, one more question. What do you think you're going to do for Inktober? Are you going to have a theme, or is it a daily whatever hits me?
I have been struggling with that because the last few weeks I've been really into ghosties, like just ghost anything. So I'm thinking of like doing a theme that's either ghosts or like a witchy ghost comparison theme. Because I've always wanted to do a theme for Inktober. Usually I just take the prompt and I just run with it, but I really want to do a theme this year. So.
Okay, that'll be kind of fun. I mean, everyone does something different. Some people do random. I've seen people do an entire story, in their pages. So it's really fun. I love Inktober, even though I don't participate. I'm thinking about participating this year, but I know I'm not an artist, but I can try. I can still have fun.
Exactly. You can still have fun, and you don't have to be an artist to make art. Anyone can make art as long as it makes you happy and you're spreading that joy to other people.
See, I like that. Maybe we will, or maybe I will jump on board with you. Well, thank you, Jessica. I'm glad you joined us. I'm hoping that when things get back to normal, we can get you down for an actual event. We do everything from Free Comic Book Day to Creative Women. We do holiday shows. So when things get back to normal, please keep us in mind. And again, a quick shout out. Thank you to Jesse Jones of Stab Comedy and Stab Comedy Theater. Check them out too. We'll be right back with more. All right, we're back. Sorry, I was responding to a message. Thank you to everyone who's watching. This is great. We're getting a lot of good comments. We're trying to put as many up as we can. Make sure you check out the ladies. And because I'm just off this morning, don't go through all that trouble I told you before. We have creativewomencon.com, which will take you right to everything. creativewomencon.com, so you can find the shops of the ladies, find out more about them. There's interesting tidbits up on their bios. There's just so many people to look forward to. You can check out the ones that you've missed, the ones that you saw that you don't want to rewind. And of course, you can see who's coming up. But right now, another mainstay to Empire's comics in many ways, which we'll talk about. We have Heather. Okay, are we here? Nope, I'm going to keep talking. Heather, wait, there she is. Hey, what's going on there?
Oh, not too much.
Well, good morning. You guys all know Heather. She's been coming. God, you've been doing it for years now. With and you started initially with just photography, and we have watched you change and do so many different things. Right now, we got you up on the wall. There's photography. It's all art this time.
It's digital art. Yeah.
Digital art. No, there's a painting up there.
Oh, that's right. I gave you a painting too. I forgot.
It's called digital art, painting, photography. And I want to throw this out here immediately to everyone who's come through the shop. We have, of course, a selection of beautiful masks up at the front counter, which have done fantastic. So thank you to everyone who has been purchasing them. And they're all geek themed. Well, not geek themed, kid themed. You got Minions, you got Lord of the Rings, you got Star Wars, Marvel, DC, all masks created by you.
That's correct. Yes.
And well, this is a stupid question, but since nobody else has been doing it, what made you decide to do masks?
Gosh. Well.
I just don't understand how nobody else, like, you jumped on it. Like, you've got them in multiple shops. You've got them.
I have them in 5 shops. Yeah.
Name right the shop, please. Where are they at?
Okay, so well, with you, of course, and Tables and Tales down in Elk Grove, Great Escape Games down the street from you. I have them at World's Best Comics. And and oh gosh, my brain just died. Oh, of course, Comics and Collectibles.
Yes.
Duh. The owner's a friend of mine. I better not forget him.
No, that's great. So people have multiple options. If you're not necessarily right here, World's Best is up on Watt. Comics and Collectibles is down on Fruit Ridge and Freeport.
Yeah, Fruit Ridge. Yeah.
Fruit Ridge and Freeport, roughly area. So there's plenty of places to go. Now you started mass producing these, and it's amazing to me how many you have been able to create, because they were just flying off the shelf. And you just kept working, even though you got a day job.
I do have a day job, but I work for the state, so we got a pay cut. And with teleworking and everything, we don't have overtime anymore. So it's definitely become a really good extra income stream for me. So that's been really, really helpful to help pay the bills. So, but it wasn't too far off. I've been doing fiber work and textiles and things like that ever since I was tiny. The first artistic thing I remember doing is learning how to cross stitch when I was 8 from my mom. So and I've been sewing since I learned how to quilt when I was about 25, and I've been doing I did a lot of fiber art up until then. So it wasn't a big jump. It was like, oh, hey, I have to make some masks for my family. Oh, hey, wait.
I have got all this fabric. Why not do it?
And I do have a lot of fabric.
My question is, since you've changed, or you've not changed, but you've expanded into so many different things, what was it about photography that got you going on that initially?
Well, I'd always been interested in photography, but getting a film camera with an expensive film camera was just too much. When they came out with digital SLRs, I just bit the bullet and got a lower end digital camera, and then I actually started shooting for Supreme Pro Wrestling, and I fell in love with doing that. Yeah, I got a shout out for my boys. But so I've been a Supreme Pro Wrestling photographer for almost 4 years now. And I learned under a really great guy named Mikey Nolan, who sort of took me under his wing, but he's moved on to hire, like, he's actually shot for WWE and stuff like that now. So and then I took some photography classes at the college, and just I really love it. But I'm actually looping back around to textiles again. So I'm one of those artists who has to do a little bit of everything. So but yeah, textiles is, well, and I honestly, my biggest love has always been textiles. Like I said, I've been doing it since I was 8. But I kind of feel like it's very cyclical. I can't talk. Because I feel like everything that I've been doing, the painting, the jewelry, the photography, it's all actually stuff that I've learned how to do to bring it back around to textiles, because I'm actually finishing up my fine art AA right now this semester. Because I'm also in school, and
work, creative school, it's crazy.
Yeah, and I actually want to go to 4-year school. There's a great design program at UC Davis, and it's actually this hybrid. So I can take my graphic design and I can take my textile design, and I can merge the two, and I can bring myself back to fiber, which is I'm really excited about, actually. And the cool thing is you can work photography into textiles. You can work jewelry into textiles. You can work painting into textiles. I can do all of those things, and do really amazing creative things. So I've actually been working at a lot more fiber-based stuff lately. So I have a lot of that up in my Etsy shop right now, or some of it anyway.
Where would they look for your Etsy shop? Oh, it's right there.
Okay. Oh, well, it's so I'm Heatherly Art Design pretty much everywhere. So Facebook, Instagram, Etsy. I actually have some stuff up on TeePublic because I've done a lot of graphic design work too. So I have some cute little, graphic stuff. I've been working with Procreate a lot lately, and actually can work that into textile design too. So yeah, so it's pretty cool. And I won't stop doing the other stuff. I really enjoy doing the other stuff as well, but I think my focus is probably going to swing back towards textiles. I even have a pair of like boho jeans up in my Etsy shop that here like they look.
Yeah.
One of the things I really enjoy doing is taking old things and basically upcycling them. So like a lot of my jewelry will have like, for example, this. So this, so this is actually sari ribbon. So from an Indian sari. So that's like leftover scraps that I take, that I buy, and I that. And then, so this is also, I don't know how well you can see that, but parts of that is sari fabric as well. So, and I'm wearing, so this is a wrist cuff that I've made. This is actually up in the Etsy shop. So it's got all kinds of ribbons layered. There's some antique lace on there. And then I've been making jeans. So these are super cute boho. They're very, very in right now, but there's, let's see. So there's patches, there's some lace, there's hand painting. I've done some fabric painting. This little heart is hand embroidered on there. This is a Japanese technique called sashiko, and so that's on there. And more painting and patchwork. So so they're super fun. So I get the jeans at the thrift store. I have a huge pile of them actually right now to play with. But it's just a fun way to give new life to old things.
No, that is really nice. You've been very much going into textile, as I can see. And
Yeah. So, and this is a vintage bead here that
nice.
I did with a stitch. This is actually decorator fabric. I ended up with a bunch of decorator fabric samples. This is a cute little necklace, and oh yeah.
Oh, okay. So everything right now that you're working on is textile.
Mostly. Oh no, I don't. I did a couple things. So I got a hold of some comic books, some damaged comic books. So I actually started doing a little bit of origami and making little origami comic
You
books.
preface that with damage. You're like, don't come at me.
Yes, don't come at me. They were already damaged. So little earrings, and this is like a little Batman Bruce Wayne.
Oh, that's cool.
Pendant. Yeah. So it's so I still like my other stuff too. But yeah, that's a fun little thing. So those are also up in my Etsy shop. I actually hit a Etsy milestone. I hit 100. I have 100 items up in my shop right now. So.
And right now you can save 10% on her Etsy if you use the code CWMC20. You will be able to save 10%. And I believe you are offering a pickup here.
Yes, so you can use that code for 10%, and my shop has, if you hit $35 or more, you get free shipping either way, but just let me know and I can drop it off at the shop. But if you use the code pickup, then it'll knock your shipping off, and I can just drop it off at Empire, and you guys can pick it up there.
That's perfect. And yeah, this is a great spot to do that. You're going to be coming through anyways for your saver, so you'll drop it off. They can pick it up. Now,
exactly.
How about the paintings? Are you working on anything? I see something in the background there.
Oh yeah, these are just a few of my older paintings. So these are I do enjoy painting. I still enjoy painting. I'm working on painting on fiber more soon. So but this is like a little, so I do I really like to do the acrylic pour style because it's so much fun and you never get the same thing twice, and you can manipulate the paint to go different ways. And then I painted over a little butterfly just for cute. And then like this one's just a pour. So I called it Fish Pond because to me it looks like there's a clownfish, little clownfish.
All right, okay.
Got a little tail, yeah. So, or maybe a beta fish because he looks like he's got a tail.
So it'll just depend on the day and your mood as to what you do.
Pretty much, yeah. So I have jewelry, I have paintings, I have prints, a few prints. I didn't get a ton of prints up in my Etsy shop yet, but there's some. And then a pair of jeans, and I can do custom jeans too. So
well, you are something that's here. I believe we have some bath salts. And
yes. Yeah, because I don't have enough stuff to do. So I just that's just a really fun thing to do. My kid really, really likes bath bombs, so I sort of started making them, and then so you have some bath bombs and bath salts there. I also do soaps, but those are not up in my shop. The amount it costs to ship soaps and the amount of cost it costs to make the soaps, it's not, or that I sell them for, it's not like I don't feel like anybody's gonna pay the shipping cost incurred. So, but if anybody wants soaps, I can and drop off at the shop. They can message me, and I can send them pictures of what I have. So,
yep,
soaps. I don't think I have any soaps there because Kristen's soaps are fancy.
But what everything here?
My abilities.
Bath salts.
Yes, bath salts and bath bombs. Those are mine.
The bath bombs are the round ones.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bath salts are the little jars.
They are all here right now, guys. You can come down, take a peek. I know we've already sold some, but there are some still available. So it's a great way to support her on that end as well as checking out her sites. But Heather, as always, thank you so much. I'm glad to have you on board, and we will get you back in the shop. Check out her masks. Those aren't going anywhere. The bath salts and bombs will only be here through the end of the month, but those masks are always going to be here. And there is something there for you. Like I said, it's geeky, from Star Wars to Lord of the Rings, whatever. And Heather, while I got you here, we got a gentleman who wants that Minions mask.
Oh, okay. I have it.
Oh, good. All right.
I found one. I have
All
one.
right.
Because when I run out of fabric, that's it. I can't get any more for a lot of it. So that's why the patterns keep cycling. And so like I have some fabric I have a lot of. So you'll see it usually sitting in there. But a lot of the fabric I'll buy like a half yard. And then when it's gone, I can't find it again. So, you know, DC's hard to find. So when you see DC, grab it.
Yeah, grab them when you can. Guys, check out the website for her at creativewomencon.com, and you can link right to her and go do some shopping, please, right now. We will be right back with our next guest. Thank you,
Thank
Heather.
you, Ben. Thank you. Bye.
Okay, we're back with a guest who has been here before. In fact, last year, 2019, was her first year. This will be her second, and hopefully we will continue to see her and see the art style and the things that she has to offer grow. Welcome, Aaliyah. How you doing?
Good, thank you. How about you?
I
How about
am doing
yourself?
fantastic. It's been a great morning so far. We've had a lot of creative women, obviously, and it's been going good. So tell us about you. You are an artist, and what got you started?
Probably my auntie Cassandra. I really used to like her art when I was little. I was like, oh, I want to do that because I thought it was really cool. So like probably like a few years ago, probably like 4 years ago, I started doing it because I thought it was really cool, and I wanted to do the same thing as her.
And she has actually been here multiple years, not joining us this year, but when we're in person, we'll get her back in. So she got you motivated, got you going on the art style, but you have your own style. What did you know what you wanted to create, or did you just kind of figure it out over time?
I kind of figured it out over time. I didn't really have a specific style that I wanted to like be like, I guess. So
Okay.
I kind of tried. I guess I kind of developed my own style after a few years.
So what do you enjoy drawing the most at the moment?
Most of the time I just draw like my own original characters and like, yeah, that's probably about it. And I do commissions a lot, so that too.
That's perfect. Now, I like the fact that you draw your own characters because it's really easy to just, go in and draw Batman or Wonder Woman, and everybody does it. But to create your own characters and draw your own stuff, that requires a lot more imagination and a lot more creativity. How do you get your inspiration for this? Do you just sit down and see where the pencil takes you, or do you think about it and then draw?
Sometimes it'll be like something random. Like I'll be watching a TV show and I'll see a character that I really like. I'm like, oh, I like that character's design. I want to make something like that. Or sometimes it'll just be something random that I'll be like laying down in bed and I'm like, oh, that would be something cool to draw. And yeah.
And just go from there. So do you have any examples of your art you can show us right now?
Yeah, I have 3.
Okay,
So
let's see what you got.
this first one I drew. Oh, can you guys see it? The lighting's a little bad.
Nope, that's perfect.
This one I did like 4 days ago. I was reading a webtoon story and it's about like a mermaid, and I was like, oh, that's cool. So I wanted to draw a mermaid.
Nice.
And
nice. And so is that with a pencil and colored pencils? How do you do that?
well, I do my regular sketches. First, I do a sketch and then I digitally color it. I actually do have the sketch with me right now.
Oh, that's
a
a
little light.
digital color. That's cool.
The actual sketch is really light. You can't really see it, and the hair is different because I changed it last minute.
Let's see if we can see it.
Can you guys see it?
Yes, we can. Can we pop that up to a big screen? There we go. That's perfect. No, that's awesome. Those are really good sketches. Now, so you sketch it and then you just immediately go to colors, or do you ink it beforehand?
No, I immediately go to color it digitally.
Okay. Okay. And somebody says it's really neat that you create your own characters. That's fantastic.
Thank you.
Yes. So show us another one of those pieces. That mermaid was fantastic.
I have this one. I did it like, I want to say a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just based off, I was going to do characters based off of seasons, and I did one based off of spring. I haven't done any more yet, but I'm planning
Can I
on
say that one more time? And this is spring?
Yes.
That's awesome. Do you have a story behind this character? Is there a name?
No. Most of my characters don't really have names. I just make them, I guess.
Then her name is Spring. I think that's perfect. So then you should actually, that sounds like a great idea. Do something for each season. I mean, and God, if you keep this up and have a theme like that, you could easily put your own art book together to be able to sell at the next Creative Women. Have you thought about joining Inktober?
I did Inktober like 2 years ago. Yeah. And I kind of gave up like 2 weeks in, so I want to try again. I want to try again this year and see if I can actually go through with it and finish the whole thing. So I really want to try that again.
Yeah, I was talking to someone earlier, and I'm thinking about doing it myself. And I think one of the big things is, rather than me look at other people's art and think I have to do a certain level, as long as I do something each day, then I think that's enough.
Yeah.
Now, when you were here at Creative Women last year, what did you have for people to buy?
Mostly prints. I had like paintings on rocks, and I had probably like about 15 comics. They're all the same one, but that's
but they didn't you sell out?
I think I had like almost. I think I had like 3 or 4 left after that.
See, that is not bad at all. And especially since you were doing a comic, which again is extremely creative. Have you worked on any comics since then?
No.
All right. Well, you have a goal for next year. You got to have another issue if people are going to pick that up. Now, tell me about the painting on rocks. Was that just something that you like to do, or is something that inspired that?
I remember like I started doing it probably 3 weeks before the actual convention, because I was at the river with my family. I was like, oh, these rocks are really nice. These would be really cool to paint on. So I just brought like a bunch of rocks home and started painting on them.
Okay, and then it just kind of branched out so that you had something to sell. And we got a comment in there that says about Inktober, do it, all capital letters. So they want to see it. So if you're going to do it, you'll post it to Instagram, which we have her handle right there so you can follow. You have some artwork up there already?
Mm-hmm.
And it's got examples of your stuff from pencils to colors, a little bit of everything?
I think I have like one traditional art on there, but most of them are all digital.
Okay, that's perfect as long as they can see it. Now, speaking of that stuff, is there a way, if they contacted you on Instagram, that you would be willing to sell prints or do commissions?
Yes.
Okay, so what do you have any prints available, or would it be something they could look at your art and say, I want that one?
I think it's probably so I don't print too many, for somebody to request it first, and then I'll print it and then give it to them. Okay,
and then let's talk commissions for a second, so that people can have a little more info and get a hold of you. If they wanted a commission, can they come at you with anything? Do you like to do your own stuff? Oh, so it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm. They can request anything.
That's perfect. So aside from, we got Inktober coming up that you're going to do, what are your future projects? Like, what can we look forward to seeing on your Instagram from this point forward?
I really want to start painting again. It's been kind of difficult to paint because right now I'm living at my grandparents' house, and I'm pretty sure they don't want me to make a mess. So I want to try and find a different way somewhere else where I could start painting, because I probably haven't done that for since April.
Oh yeah, it's been a while now. So then, we're talking traditional painting So what kind of stuff do you like to paint then?
I just paint whatever comes to mind. I've been trying, before I took a break from painting, I was trying to do landscapes.
Okay.
Because that's something new that I haven't done before. And yeah.
Okay,
and I'm trying to work with painting more characters, since I just usually draw them.
Well, the drawing is super easy. Like you said, getting the paint together, you got to get everything out, do it all. The drawings, you can just open up your notebook and start going. So yes, people, please go take a peek. There's the Instagram right across the bottom. Look at the artwork that she does. See what she's got. Request a print. And if you have something that you need done, a commission, this is the person to go to. So, well, great. Are you going to be doing any art today, or is today just a Saturday?
Today I'm actually going to the beach because it's my best friend's birthday, so I won't be doing anything today.
Okay, well, thank you for joining us before you did that and taking some time out of your day. It's always great to talk to you. Again, this is her second year, and hopefully she will keep applying. So check out Creative Women next year. Then you can see her hopefully in person and actually pick up the new comic, which I'll prod her about. Think about some ideas. All right. Good. Thank you for joining us. Have fun. Tell your friend I said happy birthday. I'm sure she's a wonderful person. And I will see you in the shop. And everybody, again, check out her Instagram, get a commission, and we'll be right back with our next guest. Okay. Thank you all for staying tuned. Thank you for communicating with the ladies, having a great time. The comments are more than we can keep up with across all of the different social media. So forgive us if we don't address all of them, but we love it. Thank you very much for supporting these ladies. Again, go to creativewomencon.com to find the full guest list. See the ones you missed, see the ones that are upcoming. And of course, check out Carrie right now because she's on with us talking about her artwork.
Hi.
Hey, good morning. How you doing?
Good morning. Super. How are you?
I am doing absolutely fantastic. This is Carrie, everybody. You guys will have to check out her stuff. It is incredible. We had, if you guys remember from a couple years ago, we had the art piece Dead Center, and you did a raffle. You didn't even charge a price. It was great. It was just buy a ticket for like $1 and then win it, which was super unique and super fun. Which is also just like your artwork. Can we make that big so we can see the background there? Oh, look at that. Okay, so there, Carrie, tell us a little bit about you.
Me.
You.
I don't know. I pretty much just do art all the time. I like to work with traditional mediums.
So when did you start doing art?
I don't remember a specific start time. I just know that I've always been doing it. My parents and family have always given me like materials and time. So
okay, so they were always like, here, you got a talent, use it. Let's see what you come up with. Now, your style is extremely unique. Where did the inspiration come for this stuff?
I didn't realize it until like later, I guess, but I love like the early 1900s, like the 1920s, like Nouveau and Mucha, but I also really like Eastern styles, like I guess it's called Tanka, which is like Buddhist and Hinduism like art.
So okay, so that was where it started, and then of course you put your own spin on it. Now, where do you post your stuff the most? Because I know you've got an Instagram, you got the Facebook.
Yeah. It's definitely Instagram.
Okay, so that's where you're gonna want, and it's just your name.
Yeah.
So can they purchase from there?
Not as much. I have a link on my Instagram that takes you to my Patreon and my Ko-Fi and my online store and everything. So it's probably easiest to go to the link on Instagram to my online store.
Or there it is right at the bottom. We got a nice little link down there. So during the pandemic and everything going on, have you found yourself being a little more creative, or have you had the block that a lot of people seem to have?
Yeah, luckily I have less time at work, so I am definitely making way more.
Now, are you working from home or do you have to go in?
I have to go into work now, but I also got a job in basically art, so I get to do art at work and at home.
So then it doesn't spoil it for you, like having to do it.
No, I just don't like it whenever I have to probably do like schoolwork for it, but at work and at home it's like it's all good because I get to do whatever I want.
Okay, you've got a little bit of freedom there. So
yeah,
can you see a few of your pieces? It's hard to see back there. Do you have anything you can show? Because
I can move.
Hey, it's the Baby Yoda.
Yeah, I love it so much. And then I also have like new stickers, tons.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I had fun making my wall. I haven't been to any conventions this year. So, and then I have sweet Ruth. Oh.
What was the story about the one holding the sword back there? That one
holding the sword. Oh, that was Inktober.
Oh, speaking of another Inktober participant.
Yeah.
Now, are you going to be participating this year?
Definitely. I'm going to try and do the official Inktober, and then I also want to do a couple other prompt lists. So I kind of want to do like 3 different ones.
That sounds like a lot of work. What are these prompt lists? Because I'm only aware of the Inktober.
Yeah. So if an artist is basically famous on any platform, they'll come up with their own prompt list. Like some artists really like Greek mythology, so they'll come up with a lot of different prompts for each day that'll be like Greek mythology. Or I found one that is Japanese demons and gods, and that one sounds really cool. Yeah, basically the whole idea of Inktober is just to draw each day. The prompt list that comes out officially is really helpful, but you can come up with whatever you want.
Yeah, and rather than just do take one of those prompts and use it as your daily thing, you're going to do the daily thing and then do extra prompts.
Yeah.
that sounds absolutely ridiculous. I'm toying with the idea of doing Inktober this year, and just the idea of doing one seems intimidating. It's only a month. It shouldn't even be that big of a deal.
The first time I did it, I only got to the 5th day. Like, that was it.
and now you completed every time?
I've only completed it once. It was last year I did it all, but that was I got to go to conventions and have free time and have time to do art. I think the whole idea is that, to me, if I'm not doing an entire large piece that I'm not going to color, then I can probably finish multiple each day instead of doing a large piece each day that I am stressing to finish.
And people are commenting about how ambitious you are and how that's a lot of work.
We'll see if I can actually do it.
At least the main one. At least stick to that, even if you have to cut the other one. But definitely go follow her on Instagram so that you guys can motivate her on her success and comment as she completes them to get it done. So what are we working on now? What do you have in the works? Because you do all traditional, correct?
Yeah, I do. I cannot for the life of me do computer things.
Now, is that because it doesn't interest you, or you just don't work well on a computer?
Probably mostly that I don't work as well. It's like learning a whole new medium, and I like the feeling of all the materials in my hands and getting the ink on my hands, I guess, or being able to do it anywhere without spending extra money, maybe.
Okay, so that's also everything that you do is painted, correct?
Painted, and then I like to do like the ones behind me are, I'll start with pencil and then I'll go in with ink, and then mostly the marker, like I'll use alcohol markers like Copic markers, and every once in a while Prismacolor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
So-
pretty much.
Okay, so what pieces are we working on right now? What's what's got your passion at the moment?
I'm actually working on a really complicated cosplay since everything is not no conventions are happening like in person right now.
Mhm.
So it's an Indian goddess that has 8 arms. So I get to make like a harness and arms and things for it to hold, and it's very
Now
a lot.
you said cosplay, right?
Yes,
That-
cosplay.
Speaking of ambitious, I mean, this is obviously the time to do it. But how are you even gonna like do that? What are you making it out of?
So it's actually a lot of everything. So there's like painting and hot gluing and sewing and Warbla for the harness. Have you heard of Warbla?
I have not.
Okay, it's like it's a pliable plastic that you can form into whatever you need, and whenever it when it cools, it's like really solid. So like a lot of armor that you see cosplayers use is made of Warbla.
So how do you shape it then?
So I'm actually borrowing my friend's stuff to do it because I don't know. There's like a heat gun that goes up to like 700 degrees, and then you just like, obviously you don't touch it, but like the idea of like massaging it with the heat until it's pliable, and then put it on top of whatever you're forming it to.
Okay.
Pretty cool.
I mean, yes. Again, you've got your hands in everything with that as well. Now, do you ever do commissions?
I do. I love them. They're my favorite.
Really, more than just creating your
Yeah.
own. So because I find that a lot of artists feel that, or not, it can be a little restricting because you're doing exactly what somebody else wants, but you.
Yeah. I like doing commissions because normally whoever commissions me, they know like my style, and I have like, there's mostly pattern, and it almost feels like spiritual or not this world or something.
Mhm.
So they know, but they'll still commission me, and I'll pretty much just do it in my style, but whatever they want.
What's the strangest thing you've done?
The strangest, maybe literally like D&D characters, because they're
That's perfect.
specific, but I can do whatever with them.
Yeah, that's perfect. I don't imagine anybody's hitting you up to draw like Batman or Wonder Woman.
That would be funny. I would totally do it, but they would definitely look like they were saints or something.
That's awesome. That is awesome. So okay, you guys can hit her up, of course, on the Instagram, and the Instagram will take you to her website. And I'm encouraging everybody to follow her so that we can see how this Inktober goes and what happens. Are you also
excited?
Are you also going to be posting pictures of your cosplay on your Instagram?
Definitely. I'm just not at a point where I'm like, hey, look at this awesome thing I'm doing, because I'm not there yet.
Okay, but you are definitely busy with a ton of stuff, and I'm glad to hear that you have utilized this pandemic to stay creative and to keep things going. And again, everybody, you want to go follow her Instagram or go to creativewomencon.com, because you can find out all kinds of stuff about Carrie on there on her bio, and then follow the links to her shop. And hopefully, Carrie's not, she actually doesn't, she's our one guest who doesn't live in California right now. But I love her stuff and reached out to her because I wanted to get her back in here, and this was the perfect opportunity. Do you ever come back here, or are you just going?
My family is planning, like we want to go, this is going to sound weird. We want to go before the elections, but it's not for sure. But I would really love it.
Okay. Then if you do come back, hopefully you'll stop by and say hi.
Heck yes.
And show us what you're working on. But please follow her, look for her stuff, get a commission, take a peek at some of that artwork. We're not really able to see it as well, but it's beautiful. It's so unique. There's nothing quite like it that you will see here on this Creative Women. And the most traditional thing I've ever seen you do is, of course, that Baby Yoda. Who
Right.
doesn't love Baby Yoda?
Got stickers.
Oh, stickers as well. There you go. You buy a pile of them so you can give them to all your friends and put them everywhere. Carrie, thank you so much for doing this. It is always a pleasure to talk with you, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you do during Inktober, and of course what you do in general. So please always hit us up and let us know, because I don't see you obviously in the shop. Let us know what you're doing, because we'd love to help support and promote you in any way possible.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for coming down. We've got more ladies coming. There's plenty more. And again, creativewomencon.com. Okay, we're back and continuing. This has been a great show. It's been a lot of fun talking and catching up with some people I haven't seen in a while because of everything going on, and also finding out what they're doing, where you can get their art, what they have available at the moment. And we have our next guest ready to join us right now. Hey, look at that. This has been the day of multicolored hair.
Yes.
Some of our guests have got great creative hair. How are you doing this morning?
I'm fantastic. I'm so excited to actually be interacting with artists and you.
People, I know I have barely even had a chance to see you during all of this pandemic. It has been absolutely crazy, but we have got your stuff up here this month, which is great. We have got so much to talk about because there are so many things that you do. And we've talked to multiple ladies today who just can't focus, and here is our winner. This is not a bad thing, though. This is not a bad thing. Let's talk about the most important thing. At least I think the most important thing at the moment.
Okay.
Your game.
Oh, it's right
It
here.
yes, you told me that this was an obsession, that you had to get this out. So tell us about the game. Give us a little breakdown on the game, how it came about, what got you doing it.
Oh my God. So I wanted to do this since I was a little kid. I mean, I grew up when Magic first came out, right? So it was like the greatest thing that ever happened to life. And I grew up playing D&D and all of these things. And I always wanted to do it and I didn't know how. And then, went to college and did all that stuff. And I was actually at a friend's house a couple years ago and I was teaching his kids how to play Pokemon. And I was like, oh my God. And I, had a couple drinks and I was like, I'm going to do this when I go home. Like, I'm going to make my game. Yeah, it's like, Bloody Marys. That's the inspiration behind this whole thing. So when I got home, I started kind of laying out the draft and everything for it. And it was like this manic phase of 3 days, no sleep, coffee, writing like 5 notebooks worth of stuff. And this came out of it. And actually I'm going to show this. This is one of my favorite drawings that I did for this. He's a character. He's called the Thief. But I loved him so much that I actually put him on the cover of the box. So I actually have 3 different versions of the game. I have a 4-player version. The box I just showed is a 2-player version. And then I have a 1-player version. So it's kind of like the idea of Magic. If you want your own deck and you want to just show up somewhere and play, you can. It's a little bit different than just a regular trading card game and things like that, though. There's a lot of mechanisms. It's like a deck building game, plus there's dice involved, plus there's strategy. And then there's this random thing where people can just like destroy part of your Philosopher's Stone, which is what you're trying to create to win. So there's a lot of different moving components in the game, because I didn't want to focus completely on strategy or completely on the randomization of it. So I kind of smooshed it all together in this glorious fantasy game. And it's all on alchemy, actually. So you have to create the Philosopher's Stone and there's mercury and like you can get poisoned and like it's really cool. Really cool.
And you did a successful Kickstarter.
I did, yeah.
Off the ground, which was great. It was really fun to watch it grow because prior to that, you had done beta testing in here. It was fun to see people come together. You got a great group of people who were interested immediately. At Free Comic Book Day, when we take over the parking lot, you actually had a table to demo.
I did. That was awesome.
It was really neat. And then, of course, the successful Kickstarter, and now people can start playing. Now, I apologize to everyone. I know that I had told people that once it was out, we were going to, of course, have some game days in here where you could walk us through. Obviously not happening, but when things get better, we'll have a day where everyone can bring their boxes down and we can play it. Because I've got I have the 4-person version, and I was looking forward to doing that. But Jen and I will just bust it out ourselves and we'll figure it out.
We should do like a Zoom game night.
Actually, that's not a bad idea.
I would totally do it.
Any questions or anything too?
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
We will definitely keep that in mind. So board game. Where can they find the board game online, by the way?
I actually just put it up on my Etsy, so it's super easy to find.
And is your Etsy right below you?
Yes, Suds and Sculpt. Oh, that's my Instagram. Etsy is Suds and Sculpts without the little periods.
Okay, that's easy enough. Take those away on Etsy, so you can get the game there. But I mean, there's so many things you do. You did the art for all of the cards, for everything in there, and you paint as well.
Right behind me is my oil painting I'm working on right now.
Which it's another one that you have done a lot of work on, and had even a comic book out on. Tell us about this venture.
So everybody, I'm sure, has heard me talk about Caravaggio a million times. He is still a huge part of my life. So don't think because I'm doing all this other stuff, he's not there. I'm actually still working on my 3rd book. When COVID happened, my publisher, everything just kind of got put on hold. So I'm still working on that. I'm still doing the comic book. I haven't released any of it because where am I going to do that? I usually have the sneak peek and release it at Free Comic Book Day. So I'm almost actually at issue 10. With that, and then after that, I'm going to run a Kickstarter for the graphic novel because I want to actually put it in a 150-page extended version of a graphic novel because I think it would be beautiful. And for those who don't know, Caravaggio is actually a real person. He was an artist in the 16th and 17th century, and he's kind of like the bad boy of art history. So his life is really, really, really cool, and he's an unbelievably profound painter. So.
Okay, and that's what got you. I mean, again, you did the comic. You've written 2 novels, and speaking of that, I don't believe we have those novels on our shelf, so we're gonna have to change that.
I can bring those down.
Yeah, so please bring those down. And we've even had you down to do a talk about him and about his life, which was well attended. It was great that people, people were interested in him, and there were actually people here who didn't know anything about him, who came down to learn. So that was a lot of fun. You've actually come into the shop. Didn't you talk to some kids?
I did, yes. Oh, I loved that panel. That was great. I was with Eben and Jason. Who was the other one? There was 4 of us.
Was Mario here? I don't remember who the other one was. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry too.
That's okay. But you did a panel for kids about comic creation, which was absolutely fantastic. So you got the teacher side, you got the art, you got the writing, novels and comics, board games, and that's not even everything, because you went hardcore into soaps.
Oh, and sculpting. I was going to show you a sculpture.
Yeah, well, we're going to go over both of those, because then you started after the soap, you started doing all the little miniatures, which are absolutely beautiful. The ramen ones are my favorite.
Oh my God, they're so cute.
You need to do a line of those, and I don't know why there wasn't one with a pug, but
because I need a model. I have to come down to the shop.
You got to come down and see the pugs and do it from there. But the soap. Let's start with that, because you put a ridiculous amount of effort into sculpting these things.
I do.
I don't even want to use them. We have some that at the house, and it's like, why would we water this down? Can we zoom in on that?
These are new. These are my Halloween.
That is soap.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yep.
Like, unbelievably. You just want to have it sit there and not use it. And they smell wonderful.
They do. My Good Omens soap is back in stock, by the way. I've had a ton of people asking about it, so that one's actually back in stock.
Yeah, I honestly don't want to change out this gallery, because the gallery that back room has never smelled so good.
Yeah, I'm sure, right?
All the stuff sitting there just wafting at me. So not only soap, but then during the pandemic, you started doing miniatures.
I did. Seriously. Look at this.
What are these made out of?
This is polymer clay. It's so tiny. Look how little that is.
Yeah.
And it's my little ramen bowl.
The little ramen bowl. See, you are doing a series of ramen bowls, little chopsticks and everything.
Yes, I'm doing vegan ones because I had some requests for vegan ones, and I have some with tuna and some with shrimp and some with salmon and some with all of it. And I kind of went crazy. This is what I'm working on right now. It's my sushi dragon. So
oh my God.
He's actually made out of rice and sushi. I love him.
Show us a couple more. I'm going to grab the cat one. I want to show people.
Oh, okay. And then this is just an original creature that I did. His name is Aster the Spellcaster because I have to rhyme everything. But those are real bones that he has. So he's kind of like a little, I don't know, Halloween type creature. But I have Halloween in my house all year long. So, and then I have this little guy. His name is Smudge. And these are all polymer clay, by the way. And then I'm going to put a piece of sage on the top of him because people smudge their houses. So he's going to be holding some sage. Let's see, what else can I show?
And I got one.
Okay.
Tabitha just mentioned that she bought one of your soaps, and when it got in the car, she decided to leave it there because now her car smells amazing every time.
I thought you were going to tell me it melted. I was going to be
no, she's there. And you're doing the discount code for 15% off on your Etsy.
Yes.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
And it's not CWMC15, it's CWMC20. It's just a typo on the bottom, guys. So use WMC20 to get the 15% off. But if we can zoom in here,
I love him.
Is one of this thing is fantastic. He's a little cat sitting in a ramen bowl. I mean, it's kind of disgusting.
His name is Sushimi, and he's the Lord of Yolk.
You've even got, the detail on the ramen. Let's see if I can get it. And then there's a little sliced egg there. That is just fantastic. It's just absolutely beautiful. And of course, we have those in the art gallery now. We've got the miniatures, we've got soap, and I believe, did you bring art this time? Yes. Oh no, your art actually sold. So it's not up there anymore.
What did? Which one?
The art from the game with the two people flipped.
Oh, yeah. So, do you want to hear some top secret news? Because you know I love to reveal top secret news on these things. That is actually the back of a card for a tarot deck that I am creating.
And a tarot deck.
Check this out. This is a sketch that I did the other day.
Oh, wow.
Super busy, lots going on. That's my 7 of chalices, which is usually cups, but I'm calling it chalices because it's me. But it's the mirrored souls deck is what I'm calling it. So that's why I have those 2 figures flipped the way they are. So I'm not doing any reversals. For anybody that knows tarot, none of my cards are going to actually have reversals because I feel like people take those way too negatively. So what I'm doing is actually doing a mirror image. So the same art, but changing the color palette and changing it just a little bit. So when you draw cards, it's actually not going to be 78 cards in the deck. It's going to be 156. So it's like this whole idea.
Why tarot?
I have, this is so weird. One of my former students, he's actually one of my best friends now. He's really, really heavy into tarot, and he got me into it. And I always knew about tarot, but I didn't know about reading cards or really what the purpose was. But he actually showed me a Giger tarot deck. For anybody who knows H.R. Giger, he did the artwork for Alien, right?
Actually.
Oh my God, it's beautiful. And I was like, holy cow. And it spun me down this rabbit hole of the visual side of tarot and being an oil painter, right? And I love fantasy, you know that. This is like my fantasy game, and like all these little creatures and things I'm creating. I'm like, wait a minute. I can take everything that I love about art in the application of art and throw it into a tarot deck. But also because I like to challenge convention with everything that I do, I'm challenging the idea of a traditional tarot deck. It's still following the system of the Rider-Waite and things like that. Mm-hmm. But I do feel like the death card and the tower card, people immediately take, oh my God, I got the death card, right? And that's not, the death card is more about rebirth. So I'm trying to spin more of a, I don't know, I don't want to say passive, but more of a hopeful idea behind tarot, and bringing the idea to life that this whole idea of shadow work, right? Without darkness, you can't have light idea, because of course, chiaroscuro, because Caravaggio. But I feel like everybody needs to pay attention to the dark side of themselves and work through that in whatever way that they possibly can. And if you're doing tarot and you're doing a self-reading and you're trying to heal and you get a reversal card and you think it's negative, it's not going to help. So it's not that it's a mental health type tool, but it could be taken that way if you wanted to. I don't know if anybody knows, I'm actually back in school getting a second master's right now, and moving on to a doctorate in psychology. So I'm pulling a lot of psychological principles into the colors and stuff as well.
Yeah, just more projects we've gotten. I'm watching the chat over here, and there's a lot of surprise at the sheer number of projects and the different style too that they are seeing come out. Somebody commented on the different style from your artwork to the miniatures.
Yeah.
So that's good. You're able to pull both of them off. Now, where's the best place for them to find you and your works? Is it Etsy?
Yeah, so Etsy is the only store that I have right now. All of my websites crashed, which you know. So they'll be fixed. But for right now, I'm just loading everything onto Etsy. That way everything's all in one place. Tarot deck, I'm going to do a Kickstarter for. If anybody wants like heavy details about the Alchemical game that we were talking about, the best place to find that is honestly on Kickstarter, because you can just look at the whole campaign and it's got all of the details. And I put a link on my Etsy site for that. So you can just click right on that and it'll take you there. And then Instagram is Suds and Sculpts is my soap stuff and my tarot stuff and everything. So yeah, that's probably the best place to find me.
And then remember CWMT20 to get 15% off. The game is a great idea for a holiday gift if you know somebody who's into games, because you go to the game store, you don't know what they have. Gamers have a lot of stuff. There's a good chance they don't have this one. So it's a perfect idea, a perfect gift. Get it. And are they able to pick up in the shop or no? Or are you only shipping?
Yeah, no, I can definitely drop it off. I forgot to mention that for sure. I can actually go in and set up a little coupon on Etsy. If you're going to buy it, I'll set up a coupon that'll take the shipping off, and then just let me know and I'll drop it down at your store. And I can do that with anything on there.
Okay. That's perfect. So please, guys, go take a peek. The soap, the minis, the games, the comics, that all of them would make great holiday gifts. So thank you very much for joining us. As always, it's a pleasure. I will see you in the shop, and then hopefully we'll be getting back to normal, and I can see you behind a table in a shop.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me.
You got it. Thank you for coming. And I'll be right back, guys. Hey, what's going on? Set to build. That's a big hello. I like that. Thank you for joining us. Thank you to everyone who's watching. Thank you to everyone who shared it, everyone who's commented. Of course, thank you to everyone who has gone to one of these sites and checked out what the ladies have. You can go to Creative Women Con. You can go to empirescomics.com too. That's a great site and you should check it out. But creativewomencon.com to find out what's going on, who these ladies are, what you missed, what's coming up, where you can buy their stuff. And we have yet another new guest. I love new guests. I love having new creatives that we discover come in. So welcome. How are you doing?
Hi, Ben. I'm doing really good. I'm really excited, a little anxious, but mostly excited.
Good. You know, it's good to have a nice combination of both. Yeah. It keeps you on your game, gets the adrenaline up, and then you're go. So please tell us a little about yourself.
Well, thank you. So hello, I'm Ciara Cumiskey. I'm a local artist. I work actually in a ton of different mediums and draw from a lot of different inspiration. I work in oils, acrylics, digital art, occasionally watercolor, collage, and I love everything from like Saturday morning cartoons, anime, throwback to that Caravaggio mentioned earlier. So a little eclectic. I just love like super high art and pop art, and just kind of little combination of all of that comes out of me.
So you knew who Caravaggio was when she mentioned it?
Oh yeah, I was just like, that's like shout out. Woo.
I knew him in passing, but Kristine has educated me very deeply on everything about him. So that's great. So then you've got your hands in a bunch of stuff too. When did you start? Like, was this an early age thing? Did you go to college and do it? I mean, what got you going?
So a little bit of all of those things, but none of them consecutively. So I was always a very craft-oriented kid. I loved those paint by numbers. And when I initially finished up high school, I went to community college and I did graphic design for a while. And then I took a break and just, was working out in the world. And actually only a few years ago, went back to college to finish my bachelor's degree. And that's when I jumped into painting. And it was a complete callback because the moment I cracked open that tube of oil, I had the same fragrance from those paint by number kits as a kid. And it just felt very serendipitous.
And then obviously it's just gone from there. Now, we see a bunch of stuff in the background there. You said you do some digital, but it looks like you do a lot of traditional. And is there anything in particular you like to draw? Because I see a variety of things there, or is it just what hits you?
It's mostly what hits me. It's often hard to choose because I like everything. I love landscapes and I love cartoons and the human figure. And then sometimes I just want to go like make my own like Secret of Nim-esque characters.
Okay.
I'm all over the place for better or worse.
And Kelly says she loves that jellyfish one. Now,
Oh,
are
cool. Thanks,
are
Kelly.
you? Yes, are you selling these online then as a lead-in?
Oh, so I have prints available for, I have a Redbubble, so some of my select works are on there as well too. And then I do have a small number of prints of all pieces. And since I can photograph them myself, I can also make them to scale depending on what people are looking for, because I just photograph my own work. So yeah, everything I make is for sale either as the original or also as a print.
Okay. So they have the opportunity to do it. And somebody loves your lemon, the lemons.
Oh, brilliant! Thank you.
Yes. So the I like the little one over here. I'm pointing. You can't see, obviously. The pumpkin and the mouse and the moon. What is up with that one? That one's jumping out to me.
Yeah, that's why I referenced Secret of Nim. So Halloween is my favorite holiday. And I also loved the Mouse and the Motorcycle books when I was a kid, and the Secret of Nim, and An American Tale. Those were all huge movies and media for me as a young person. So even though I still love doing naturalistic like figures, I also just have a soft spot for critters going on big adventures. And this is a character I've been meaning to give a few more painting panels to, having his Midnight October adventures.
Nice. So, well, then, speaking of October and your love of Halloween, will you participate in Inktober?
Oh, absolutely. Actually, I got hit up to participate last year, and I held in there for a few weeks. So the goal this year is to break that threshold and just like go all month long, even if it's a simple sketch to some highly developed stuff that we saw earlier.
Just, even if you just put pen to paper, right? You get something down and the day's done. That's all it's required. We're getting a lot of comments about the penguins. Can we see that one?
Oh, sure. I have another print here, so because that one's on the wall.
Oh, yeah.
So this is a print of Life Gives You Lemons.
Hey, more lemons.
Yep, that was definitely a theme of mine for a while. And this was just a fun piece of just making the best of it.
That's awesome because they're in an actual room and they're up against like a prop that shows them where they should be.
Yes.
That's fantastic.
So yeah, just kind of like that little bit of we can be content but still want to escape a bit, but just kind of making the best of what we got right now.
I think that print is amazingly relevant at the moment. So yes, that should be a good seller. Everyone get it, put it up in your room to remind you when you're not going anywhere over the weekend that you can make the best of it. Now, you said you got the prints and you can do them at different scales. Do you sell the original artwork?
The penguin piece has actually already been sold. So that particular piece I have copies of, but yeah, all of my originals are always available. I just try to have a variety of scaled prints, just so that anybody can enjoy it if they'd like to.
And we haven't hit that yet. Where can they get them? Because we have your Instagram up here. Where should they go to? You said Redbubble, but what's the name?
Oh, so it's Redbubble, and my shop is Ciara C Creates. You can also see it's the same as my Instagram handle, posted below. Thanks, Ronnie.
It makes it super simple. Thank you. That's awesome. So you've got the prints. You can buy her original artwork. Do you do any commissions?
Oh, totally. So, and if you don't see a piece on Redbubble, also like DM me on that Instagram channel as well too, because again, especially if you want a custom size, I do a lot of commissions, and actually that's where I get to be a bit more effective again. Most of the commissions I get asked for are anime style chippies. So I don't have all of the samples because they were given to the patrons that commissioned them, but I have a couple, like these are my own Christmas cards that like I make every year, and it's like my little chibi family.
That's amazing.
So stuff like that. This year, this was a digital version. This is a hand-drawn version as well too. So I've done them for a few friends and family as well, but they own their pieces.
That's awesome. So do you, my question then, since they're cards, that's a great idea. If somebody wanted to get cards made, would you be able to do the original art and then ship them a box of cards?
I can do that for them, or what I can also do for you, because depending on what type, I can design the card for you and take care of all of that. Or if you want to just have that base image, I can maximize that for you, so that if you send it to some type of service, whether you're like, I want to send it to Sam's Club or Shutterfly or any of that, that you're just like ready to go to upload that and then just add whatever extras that you want on top of that too. Typically, that's what most folks have had me do for them, but I can do either one and just design the card for you and then help you print it and everything. But it does require more lead time if you're going to have me help you do the whole process.
Okay, and then yeah, I think everybody should just be super lazy, ignore the comments about Sam's Club, don't go to Sam's Club, have her design and have her take care of all of it so that you can support a local artist and keep her going and keep things moving. So what do you do digital?
Digitally, so I've been I've been adapting most of those chibis from going from hand-drawn to digital art. Those ones I've mostly done. I did not have a print sample of that, but you can see it on my Instagram page, is a Dungeons and Dragons chibi, and specifically of a couple and their D&D characters fighting a gelatinous cube. So kind of fun stuff like that. And then just getting like, that rock dungeon in the background and stuff like that. So I'm trying to adapt them more for D&D, so you can get those magic effects and everything like glitter and stuff coming out of characters' hands a little bit more fun. I have a few actual pieces, my sketches, that I haven't digitized yet, if you want to see a few.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So
most definitely. Like a sneak peek.
I'm working on a druid who's familiar is a hippo. So this is a piece that I hope to like make digital. So just like she's just got like her mud and wood and reed armor on, and then she's got her big hippo familiar who's pretty chill at the moment. But watch out, y'all.
Oh, hippos are adorable, but they're not nice.
And then I also have one. I've also done caricatures of like players in my group. I've been playing D&D on and off for like 10 or 12 years now. So I often get jobs just to do my fellow players as well too. So like this is a DM that I'm working on. This will be the next digital project. So he's behind his Dungeon Master screen, looking a little anxious about what we're gonna do.
I don't know if you've thought about this, but with the D&D on the rise these days, and those being cute little pictures, what about like some pins?
I haven't thought about that, Ben, but I'm gonna definitely bank on that, because I should have thought of that.
Because what made me think about it was the DM, because as a DM, it'd be cute to have a little person in front of the screen that I could put on my bag or whatever. So just an idea I'm throwing out there, just in case. I think it'd work well for those.
I love it. When I mock those up, I'm sending you some pins, Ben. So watch out.
Well, good. I love that. I was going to ask where the inspiration came for all these D&D theme things, but obviously it's because you've been playing and it's part of your life. What character do you play?
Oh, all right. I have two go-tos. So I've actually always been I'm a little bit all over the place on that too. I go really hardcore between being a paladin and a bard. So those are my two my main livelihoods right now. I'm a warlock, digging that, my first time as a warlock.
Trying something new.
Paladin and bard are my go-tos.
My wife plays a paladin, and she does it the complete the best paladin you could be, and everyone hates her because they can't get away with anything. Yes, you got to be in character, but that is great. Thank you for joining us again. Check her out, Redbubble. Check out the Instagram; they're both the same. Follow, see what she's got going on. There's prints, there's original artwork, and of course all the D&D stuff. So thank you very much for joining us. It was great to meet you. Great to have you on board. Keep an eye on us because when we get back to normal, we'll start having events in the shop, and we'd love to have you down.
Very cool. Thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity, Ben.
Of course. It was great to meet you. And we've got one more guest, so hang in there and we'll be right back. Oh, we're live. I'm sorry. I was reading comments. This is I wasn't ready for it. We need a cue, Ronnie. Hey, everybody. Welcome back. We've got one last guest, and you guys will know Julie, of course, because of all the things she's done here at the shop, been on the wall, done Creative Women, Free Comic Book Day. We have got, God, and we didn't even talk about the Creative Women Con pin. It's just been such a whirlwind. We'll go into that later, maybe do its own special video. We did a new Empires Comics pin based on artwork from Julie. She's got art above the door with a pug, Amelia Earhart flying a pug. It's just amazing. So let's talk to Julie Okahara. Welcome. Hey, what's up there, Julie?
Oh my goodness, hello. Wait, can you?
I can see you. Hi.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. You look a little different today. What's going on?
Oh, go. Oh, what do you mean? I look different. I always look like this. This camera is a little special. So it might look a little cuter than my real life. I put a lot of filter on.
Oh,
like
it's
a lot of them.
Okay, I understand.
So yeah. Wait.
Well, welcome, Julie. We everybody here knows you. You've been on the wall so many times. You're up out there now. There's always new stuff that she brings. You can see the assortment that she's got here. But we're going to talk about your art in a minute. What we're going to talk about first is this amazing Twitch channel that you have.
My amazing. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I started streaming like a few years ago, I think. But most recently, I think starting this year, I'm getting into more creating interactive animation on Twitch. So people come in live, we chat, and then people do things like cue animation to come on the screen and stuff like that. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
And it's you. What's your name on? What is your name on Twitch?
My name is Julie with the 3 E's. Julie 22.
Julie 22.
Yep.
And you have this entire. It's like a town and a community that you interact with on Twitch, with characters that come on, and people are able. It's really it's fun to watch, and people are able to actually make the people in the other characters do things and speak, correct?
Yes, they do.
So how does that work?
Well, it's if we talk about like mechanical things, so the chat is in charge of talking talking the character. So I'm not controlling them, and so whatever they people wanted them to talk, the character to talk, they put in a special code in the chat, and then I get to talk to them. So we have like a little interaction between the character and me, but the character is controlled by the chat.
Which is super fun because this is not a scripted show. You're not just like making animation and then putting it up. It's all live, you know, and you have to react to what people say.
So sometimes like, what are you talking about?
And then I love the animation down there. We do that one more time on her head. Yes. Oh. And
but sometimes
no, go ahead.
Sometimes people on spot, and I'm like, that was a good one, you know, like we do have a good conversation going on, and we develop actually characters too. I just made like a case, like what they look like, and then now we see it. I see their character. Like one of the character played soccer, works at the convenience store, and then they have a D&D group.
This is all stuff that people have added to the characters?
Yes. That's all like developed by our community, and it's so much fun. I have been having a blast.
How often do you stream on Twitch?
I do have a stream schedule. Tuesday and Thursdays are my schedule, and then those little interaction always happens, but the special one we go here and there. I want to say once a week, maybe once every other week. Yeah.
Okay. Now it does not surprise me that you allow you created the characters, you put them up, and you allow them to develop on their own, because as you can all see with her artwork there appears to be a story behind everything. But Julie will never tell me what's going on. I have questions, and I'll say things like, well, is this person doing this because of that? And she'll go, maybe. I guess it could be. Yeah, exactly. You let us develop our own story rather than have you tell us, which is a lot of fun. So, like, let's take a look at this spread you've got here. Can you show us a couple pieces?
Oh yeah. So these I actually set it up special for this event, and I'm having a little convention artist alley style event on Twitch afterwards after this event.
So you noon, right?
Yeah, so you get to see closely, but these are like a little art pieces I made.
And then what's really neat about her stuff, as you can tell, can you flip it to the side, Julie? It's all. It's not just canvas. I mean, you use fabrics and other things as well. So really unique. It pops off.
And now I'm also working. Oh, can I show more of my work?
Yes, no, that's what we're here for.
I've been working on little watercolor pieces lately, and I've been studying about underwater type of a thing. Yeah, I've been watching a lot of documentary about under the water, and I also like space too, but they both are cool themes. So I've been working on little pieces like this.
Can you hold the blue one up?
Blue one?
Yeah, that one alone, so we can see. I want to get a good look at the person. So here's one of the things you'll notice about Julie's artwork that she will not answer for me, is that there are no pupils and there's a hole in their stomach. But she won't tell me why.
Wait, why? I always tell Ben, okay, I have my answer to, maybe I do. Sometimes I change my answers, but you can have your own answers. You know, if you want to hear my answers, I will tell you. But it could be anything. It could be anything. Yeah.
It could be. No, that's absolutely fantastic. Those are beautiful. Do you have any of the ones with the glitter?
Yeah, actually, which one is the best one to show you?
She's got a ton of different things. Look at those pins and stickers.
this one might be see better.
Nope, you can see it. It's in the purple. What you guys will notice here is that there's the picture, and then it's kind of cut out, and there's sparkly behind it. We've got a couple pieces on the wall when you're into checkout, so you can get a really good idea about it. But it's just so unique. And what's that person doing? They're sleeping on the beach?
Yeah. It's a Wave is her blanket.
Oh, nice. Okay. The water theme that we were talking about.
Yeah.
What about those pins? Can I see a couple of those?
Oh, yeah. These are like character I came up with, and they're called the Forest Friends. So I made like all the characters that you can find in the forest. Well, these if you're lucky, you totally see dragon and unicorn.
I was gonna say I've never seen one of those in the forest, but
right?
I'm not lucky.
I mean, yeah, or like a wolf or a fox. That might be a little bit less rare.
But yes, that's a little easier to see. Now, where do we can get all of this stuff at julieokahara.com, right?
Oh, yes. I have a little shop.
That's awesome. And I believe we had if you can pop that up there, Ronnie, we had a discount code. What is that for Julie's store?
Oh, yeah, I changed it to the same as everyone. So, yeah.
CWMC20, and there's a discount, so put that in there. Now, what are you working on right now, Julie? I mean, you're constantly, look at the sheer amount of stuff she has there. There's stuff here, of course, she can't put on the screen. What are you working on right now aside from your Twitch?
Oh, right now, I just finished a massive amount of watercolor pieces that I show, only a couple, but I have quite a few on the side. And I probably will keep on working on those pieces. And I really miss acrylic mixed media paintings because I've been working on so many watercolors. So yeah, I'll be making bigger set, like these guys, or maybe bigger, because you know why? I get to have a whole wall in December.
And yes, here at Empire, there'll be an entire wall. Julie's up there now. But the entire wall will be here, or hers, in December, so you can actually check her stuff out. I don't want you to wait for that. I want you to go to julieokahara.com, see what's there now, purchase some stuff for the holidays, get something for your own house, but really peruse her stuff, because each piece has a unique story that you get to make up and use. And then, of course, we're head over to Twitch. At noon, Julie's doing her own con. What can they expect from this con you're doing at noon, Julie?
Oh, if you have gone to like Artist Alley in any kind of convention, you'll see tons of, people having their product art. So it's just like that. It's just a little smaller space, and then kind of it's an art piece, so you are not supposed to touch, just to look, right? Usually. So it's basically the same.
And so you'll be showcasing each piece. You'll be showing it to them, talking.
Yeah, showing, talking, and if you like, you can purchase on the spot. So it'll be like, I don't know how to explain. This is my first time putting out stuff like this, like on the internet. So it's gonna be figuring out things as we go as well. But people could purchase on the spot without going through my store. So
perfect.
Yeah, it's just like coming up to my table at the Artist Alley, and if you like my thing, what I do, people do purchase things. So yeah, just like that.
That's perfect. And yeah, like I said, you guys will see her stuff in here all the time, because not only do we have the piece above the door, but the calendar I use over there is Julie, and you produce a calendar every year.
Oh, yes. Oh, so much pressure.
You got time. It's not till January. Actually, we need it before January because we got to have it up.
I know, right?
Julie, do you do Inktober?
I used to. Yes, I have done 4 or 5 years, I think, past year.
Okay. But not this year.
Probably not, but I'm thinking something rather maybe crazy, but definitely challenging for myself. So October, I'll be announcing soon what I'm planning. probably on my social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever you use.
No, that's perfect. That is absolutely perfect. Well, Julie, thank you for joining us. I love having you on here.
Thank you so much.
we are looking forward to seeing your art in December, but do not wait till December. Go to julieokahara.com, and right now go get a little something to eat and then head over to her Twitch so that you can watch her convention starting at noon. And of course, don't forget to use the CWMC20 code so that you can get a discount on her website. So thank you very much, Julie.
So lastly, discount is free shipping, free US shipping. You don't have to come into the store, but I should have mentioned that.
Yeah, you can get it right to you. She's got so much for you to choose from. Thank you for joining us, Julie. I love the look. And the Twitch channel is so much fun. You guys need to check it out and see what she's done. And thank you to everyone. The character's doing it. Thank you to everyone who watched. Thank you to everyone who watches in the future, because this will be archived so you can come back. Thank you to everyone who supports these artists, who goes and purchases, who visits their websites, watches their Twitch, follows them on Instagram. And of course, thank you to everyone who supports Empire's Comics and everything that we do. We love the community. We love being a part of it. And this was so much fun. We will definitely be doing more stuff like this in the future. I will see you guys in the shop.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Julie. And good luck on that con. I know it's going to be a success.
Thank you.